New Connecticut gun laws will make it illegal to buy new guns and ammunition. This is correct. Now you cannot even buy ammunition without a state-issued certificate. Your constitutional rights as an American are now privileges issued by the state. This bill proposes immediately upon passage that no pistol, revolver, rifle, or shotgun may be sold to any Connecticut resident until the buyer passes a national criminal background check. Now that's already in existence. Currently in Connecticut there are a series of background checks. Current law defines 66 banned assault weapons, but that would increase to more than 100 according to the proposed bill. The measure would also be effective on the date of passage. Those who already own weapons will have to now register them with the Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection as soon as possible. This bill proposes upon passage to ban the sale or purchase of large capacity magazines that hold more than 10 rounds. A ban on the possession of large capacity magazines will not be included in the bill, but people who currently own a large capacity magazine with more than 10 rounds will have to register it once again with the Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection by January 1st, 2014. After January 1st, 2014, any large capacity magazine that has not been subject of such a declaration cannot be legally possessed under any circumstances, even if it has been possessed before the effective date. There is no longer a grandfathering clause, according to this bill. Every high capacity magazine that is legal, we will know where they are and who owns them. This is unique among the 50 states. This is exactly what happened in Nazi Germany before the Holocaust, keep in mind. If someone does not report their large capacity magazines and are caught, they would be a felon. You would risk losing all of your guns and losing the ability to ever own a gun again. It would be a Class D felony to possess a large capacity magazine as of January 1st, 2014 that has not been registered according to the bill. A Class D felony is punishable from 1 to 5 years in prison plus a fine of $5,000. There would also be limits on where someone can use a large capacity magazine that holds more than 10 rounds. If you have a handgun and you have a standard 15 round magazine, you can't carry 15 rounds, you can only hold 10. The criminals will hold as much as they want. For example, someone cannot load more than 10 bullets in their old 30 round high capacity magazine, which is actually a standard issue capacity, anywhere except the individual's home or the premise of a shooting range. Besides universal background checks and expanded assault weapons ban and limits on high-capacity magazine, the bill also proposes to issue state-issued certificates for the purchase of rifles, shotguns, and ammunition. Your rights are now privileges. As of October 1st, 2013, Connecticut residents will have to show either a permit to carry a pistol or revolver, an eligibility certificate for a pistol or revolver, a long gun eligibility certificate, a firearms dealer permit, or a combination of an ammunition eligibility certificate and a state-issued photo ID to purchase ammunition or ammunition magazines according to the proposed bill, similar to Nazi Germany. Therefore, to purchase ammunition or magazine legally, Connecticut residents will have to pass a national criminal background check, which is already in existence, but nevertheless we will have to do it again. The long gun eligibility certificate and ammunition certificate are part of the new bill. Never before has an eligibility certificate been required for the purchase of a long gun. Now that is due to the fact that we have a Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms. It is given to us by our Creator and is reaffirmed through our government. It is not issued by the government. The long gun certificate means that a person will have to go through firearm safety training, be fingerprinted biometrics, and go through a national criminal background check and also an involuntary commitment or voluntary admission check according to the proposed bill. If the bill passes, a long gun eligibility certificate will be required to purchase any rifle or also those shotguns they said were safe as of April 1st, 2014. The ammunition eligibility certificate will go in effect on October 1st, 2013. The bill also proposes the first statewide dangerous weapon offender registry in the nation. The bill will require individuals who have been convicted of any more than 40 specific weapons offenses or another felony that the court decides involves the use or threatened use of a deadly weapon to register. It says also that if you have mental health problems, particularly individuals who have been voluntarily committed under the order of the probate court to a psychiatric hospital from the past 5 years, they can no longer possess a firearm or receive a permit of eligibility. Previously, the time period was only 12 months. People voluntarily admit themselves. The time period once again has been expanded. Now, this quote gets me a little bit uneasy here. The executive director of Connecticut Against Gun Violence said, "There is still more work to do in the future," like gun confiscation, of course. But it's been a good year. It's been a good year. 25 plus people are dead. It's been a good year. This couldn't have happened in any other state and any other year. Literally standing on the graves of all those dead children. Those are people's children, and you're using it for political propaganda. I am an American citizen that has never committed a crime. Why am I being punished and discriminated against because of what one insane man did in another town? How come thousands of Connecticut gun owners will be punished even though they never did anything wrong, but be willing to save your life, save the nation if it was attacked? Think about it. If you as an individual were being attacked, wouldn't you want them there to save you? Our society fingerprints criminals. Why can't we fingerprint innocent citizens who've never done anything wrong? Now they're guilty until proven innocent. Gun registration has a history attached to it known as gun confiscation, which is always followed by genocide and democide. A documentary film known as Innocence Betrayed discussed many events throughout history. No matter your stance on firearms, it was gun confiscation that made the Holocaust possible. I'm asking for the help of all the Second Amendment supporters to call their representatives and make your voice heard. Tell them how much your gun rights mean to you and how much it will be on your mind during the elections. Even if this legislation is passed, it can be stricken down as unconstitutional, as it violates the Second Amendment rights, as it converts your federal rights to state-issued privileges. In the Connecticut Constitution, mentioned in Article 1, Section 15, every citizen has a right to bear arms in defense of himself and the state. Ethically, this law is unjust, as it retroactively forces one to go through processes, including those which violate the Fourth Amendment, against unwarranted searches and seizures. You are forced to give up your prints without committing a crime. Those prints are your body, people. You are giving up your body, your biometrics, to the state. Let's look at some definitions of the word infringe. Infringe can mean to transgress or exceed the limits of, violate, such as infringing a contract, like maybe a law saying that you have a right to keep and bear arms. Look at one of the sentences given in this example. An increased workload that infringed on his personal life. Perhaps maybe like registering firearms, getting biometrics taken. It says here in this one, first off, to violate or break a law. It also goes on to say here in this definition, an act as to limit or undermine something. His legal rights were being infringed, like his legal right to keep and bear arms. This definition, to limit or reduce someone's legal rights or freedom. Once again, like the right to keep and bear arms. If handgun bans can be struck down, then so should gun licenses and registration in the state of Connecticut. I'm asking for all gun manufacturers and gun-related companies to stop selling to the governmental agencies in the state of Connecticut. The legislature feels that a society would be safer without legal firearms. Therefore, members in authority should act as role models and no longer have armed guards and police. Remember, all tyranny needs to gain a foothold is for the people of good conscience to remain silent.